Hello friends, today once again I'm before you with another topic of class 9, that is the Happy Prince. Before I start the chapter, I would like to request you to subscribe our channel, and if you like the video please like and share it to others. Now let us move to the chapter. Before starting the chapters, friends, I would like to tell you some word meanings which you will face while studying the chapter. They may create the problem for you, so better to solve them first. The first word meaning is seamstress. What is the meaning of seamstress? Seamstress is a woman who makes a living by sewing, who lives on the profession of sewing. Number two is thimble. Thimble means a metal or plastic cap with a closed end. Another is garret. The meaning of the word garret is small dark room at the top of the house. So before starting the explanation of the chapter, we should know about the author. The author of the chapter The Happy Prince is Oscar Wilde, who is Oscar Fingal O'Flaherty Wills Wilde. His full name is. He was born on 16th October 1854 and died on 30th November 1900. He was an Irish poet and playwright. After writing in different forms throughout the 1880s and 1890s, he became one of the most popular playwrights in London. The introduction of the lesson. Before we start the explanation part, I would like to introduce the story of the chapter. The story actually is about a prince. When the prince was alive, he was very happy. He was called Happy Prince by the subjects. But after his death, a big statue of the king of the prince was located on the central part of the city on a pedestal. From there the statue could see the activities of the city, the activities of the people, and the statue saw the entire city in miseries. The people of the city were in miseries. The statue saw the poor people, homeless, their hunger and starvation, and at this statue became very sad. Very sad. The statue thought, what is the use of being happy for a prince if the subject is struggling so much? So in this chapter we will study the story of the prince. The chapter is absolutely based on the conversation between the prince and a swallow bird. The summary of the chapter is the story starts with a conversation between the prince and a bird. Once in a town there lived a prince. The prince was called a Happy Prince, as I have told you in the introduction of the chapter that the prince was very happy, very wealthy, so he was called a Happy Prince by the subject. After the death of the prince, the statue of the prince was located in the middle of the city, middle of the town. The statue was covered with the gold. There were many layers of the gold covered on the body, the statue of the prince. And the two precious two precious stones were embedded in the eyes of the statue. A ruby stone had been fitted into the handle of the sword. The statue was holding a handle into its hands, and a ruby stone had been fitted into the handle of the sword. From there, the statue could see the activities of the city people. The statue realized that the people living in the town were not happy at all. The statue realized their poverty and misery. This sight, this scenario saddened the prince a lot. At this, the prince was very much sad. The prince thought that if the people of the city, of the town are not happy, What is the use of being called Happy Prince for me? So the statue of the prince thought to do something for the people. One day, when the statue was waiting for someone to come to help the plight of the people, a swallow bird was flying through the city on its way to Egypt. Actually, the swallow bird was going to Egypt to meet its friends. On the way, when the swallow saw the shelter of the statue, the swallow was, of course, tired and it thought to stay there for the night. So the bird went there and stayed there on the feet of the statue. The bird realized that the statue was very sad and was weeping continuously because the drop from the eyes of the statue fall down upon the head of the bird. The helpless prince requested the bird to help it by becoming its messenger. The statue requested the bird to be its messenger and to go to the people to help them because they were in plight. So the statue requested the bird. First, the bird did not accept the request. It rejected the refusal, but when again and again the statue requested, the bird agreed and took the ruby stones from the sword hilt and delivered it to the poor mistress. The next morning, as the statue said to the bird to stay for a night only, next morning the time came for the statue to move from there. The statue came to bid goodbye to the statue. The statue tried to convince the bird to stay one more night. At this, the bird was agree and stayed for one more night. That day, the bird was asked to remove the sapphire from the stone from one of the statue's eyes and deliver it to the young playwright. The statue saw in the town there was a playwright who was very much in trouble. Then the statue requested the bird to hand him over the sapphire stone from the eyes of him. Also, on the third day, when again the prince requested the bird to stay one more night, next day the statue requested the bird to remove another stone from its eyes and give it to the poor match girl. By this time means the bird, by the time the bird completed the works given by the statue, the weather has become very cold and it was very difficult for the bird to move from there. And by this time, there was an attachment developed between the bird and the statue. So now, as the both the eyes have been removed from the body, now the statue has become blind. The happy prince asked the bird to go around the city and inform him the condition of the people living there. The happy prince said to the bird to take a round of the town and inform him about the condition of the people who are living in the town. The bird, of course, went and took a round of the town and returned back and came and told the happy prince that the rich people were, of course, happy, but the poor people were really in trouble. They were in misery. They are living a miserable life. As the happy prince did not have any more precious stones, so it was difficult for the happy prince to give anything to the bird. But happy prince decided to help the poor people in any possible way. He said to uncover the layers of the gold from its body. So the swallow took out the layers of the gold from the body and gave it to the people of the town who were in really need. Gradually, the statue of the prince lost its covering of the gold on its body. On the other hand, the poor became joyous and because they got the bread to eat, because they had got something to eat, because they had got some help from anywhere. In this way, the swallow bird was now unable to bear the cold, and the swallow bird thought that now it is going to be an end to her life, because it was very much difficult for her now to survive in this cold weather. The weather was becoming worse and worse day by day, and it was difficult for the swallow bird to live. So swallow bird realized that she now is going to die. It informed the statue that it had to live, and the statue, who loved the bird, asked to kiss him. The swallow bird said to the statue, "Now my time is over. Now it will not be easy for me to stay back, easy for me to means live even." The statue, who was somewhere attached with the bird, requested the bird to kiss him once. As the bird died and fell at the statue's feet, a strange sound came out of the statue. The sound which came was the sound of bursting of the heart. Although the statue's heart was made up of lead, but still it got broke. It broke as it was overwhelmed with the affection and love towards the bird. Of course, it was made up of lead, which was very much difficult to be broken or to be burst, but it burst into pieces because it was because of the love towards the bird. When the statue was melted in the furnace, but the heart did not melt and was thrown in the garbage. It landed near the swallow's body. After that, the god's angel came and took both the bodies from the earth, because according to God's angels, these two bodies were the most precious things on the land, because these two bodies have set an example of love and affection and help to the poor people. So in this way, friends, we can say that the affection and love between the prince and the bird became a boon to the people who were really in trouble. At the request of the prince, the bird was ready to help the poor people who were really in trouble. Now, after the end of the explanation part of the story, we are in a condition to answer the questions that follow. The first question is, why do the courtiers call the prince the happy prince? So the answer is, the courtiers used to call the happy prince because the prince was filled up with all types of comforts of life. Is he really happy? So according to the story, the prince is not really happy, because he sees the plight around the city, which makes him sad. Number two, why does the happy prince send a ruby for the seamstress? Happy prince sent a ruby through the bird to a seamstress because he wanted to help the seamstress. What does the swallow do in the seamstress house? Swallow went to the seamstress house and saw the plight of the seamstress and handed her over the gift or the help sent by the king. Question number 3 is, for whom does the prince send the sapphire and why? The prince sent the sapphire for the, yes, for the playwright to help him. Question number 4 is, what does the swallow see when it flies over the city? I have told you in the story, at the request of the happy prince, the swallow went over the city, took a round of the city, and got the information that the poor people of the city are in trouble, and informed the same to the prince. Why did the swallow not leave the prince and go to Egypt? Actually, the swallow was going to Egypt itself, but at the request of the prince, the swallow stayed there. But gradually, the affection developed between them. That affection did not allow the swallow to go to the Egypt. Swallow itself wanted to stay with the prince and wanted to help him. Question number 6 is, what are the precious things mentioned in the story? Why are they precious? The precious things mentioned in the story are the bodies of the swallow and the body of the swallow and the statue of the prince. They have been described as the precious things because these two things, these two bodies, these two souls set an example of love and affection, and they provided the help to the poor people. Okay friends, thank you for seeing the video.